Hey guys, so I'm going to show you how to do this awesome manicure using feathers. And I got my feathers from the craft store, and I have already polished my nails. I put 2 coats of a pretty blue polish, and so I am going to start out with taking a clear polish, and I'm just going to paint a very thin coat over my nail, and then I'm gonna pick a feather that kind of is the size of my nail, and I'm just gonna press that right onto my wet polish. If you want to, you can actually trim the feather before you do this, but I just wanted to kind of have a little bit more freedom and just pick the feather as I go. So then you're going to just take some scissors and trim the end of the feather. And this part that's left over, if you wanted to, you could save it and use it again, or you can just toss it. And you're just going to kind of gently pat that feather, make sure that it's nice and stuck, and then go back through and trim any little edge that you have sticking out like that. So the next thing you're going to do is go over that with a clear polish. And the cool thing is that they have all of these feathers in these amazing colors, amazing designs. I believe that mine are pheasant feathers. I'm not sure, but they were very cheap. They're from, I got these from either Hobby Lobby or Michael's to actually make some of my hair pieces. And you get a really big bunch of them. I think this was probably like $3. I'll actually look it up and then put it in the link for you so that you'll have it. So then we're going to move on to the next finger, and same thing, I'm just going to go through with a clear, do a little coat. I think I'm going to just go ahead and do 2 at a time for this one. And you don't have to use a color. Like if you wanted to just have your nails be clear, you could do that as well. I just wanted to kind of have the option of maybe not having the feather go all the way up to the nail, maybe having some on just the tip. So that's why I did that. So there we go, just press it in here and give it a quick little trim. Be careful not to cut your nail. And then you're going to go over it with your clear again. And you're going to need probably, I would say, a good couple of coats of the top coat in the end, just to kind of make sure that all of those little pieces of feather are nice and glued down and kind of give you a smooth surface. Otherwise, I believe if you don't do that, I think that probably in a couple of days it'd probably like maybe start peeling. I'm not really sure, but I just wanted to give this a shot and see how it would look actually. And I think it's very cool. So we're going to go to the next nail. And this would totally look really cool on your toes too, actually. Tiny little awesome feathers on your toes. And the cool thing is each nail is going to be completely different, since all of the feathers are just really different. So the first coat, when you're putting the top coat on, actually as you paint it on, you can watch the feather sucking up the top coat, which is kind of interesting. It kind of actually dries to like a matte finish. So if you like that, cool. Leave it that way, and I bet you it'd look really cool too with a glitter top coat on a few of them. I think I might try that also. So I'm going to do the other hand and then I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. I am done with my top coats. I went ahead and finished the other hand. So now I'm going to go over the tips of my nails with this round scissors, just little beauty scissors, and I'm going to trim off any of the excess feather that was hanging over the tip of my nail. You may be able to just file it. I'm not sure, like once it dries, you know, once all of your top coats are dry, you'll probably be able to just file off any kind of funky edges or whatever, but just to be safe, I'm going to trim it with scissors. That way I won't have to worry about it later. Okay, so now that that's done, I think that I've decided I'm not going to do a clear glitter top coat after all. I did a test feather and it just was way too much glitter, and so I didn't really like the way that it looked. So what I did decide I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this Art Deco nail art designing brush. It has this really thin tip on it, and I'm just going to put some little swooshes just on my nail kind of randomly, just to make it a little bit more fancy. Since each design is different, I think I'm just going to kind of play up what's going on the individual nails. So not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. And I really like that each one is so different. Okay, so now that that's done, I went ahead and let my top coat dry. I actually wound up putting about 6 coats because I wanted to be extra sure that my feathers were going to last a while, and also to make them nice and smooth to the touch and not have any like areas that seem like there wasn't enough coverage. So what I'm going to do now in order to get a nice smooth edge is I'm just going to go over the tips, but as you can see, I'm not doing back and forth. I'm kind of going just straight down in order to trim off any of the excess feathers that are kind of hanging over, and then after I do that I can go sideways. If you just start going sideways right away, I found that it kind of pulls some of the feather from your design. So definitely do the downward motion to kind of trim any of that excess off, and it works really well.